In the rich tapestry of Roman mythology, replete with gods and goddesses wielding great power and influence, there emerges a figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue, Laverna, the enigmatic patroness of thieves, con artists, and charlatans. Her story, though less celebrated than those of Jupiter or Mars, offers a captivating insight into the Roman worldview, where even the dubious and the deceitful had their divine advocate. The dawning of Roman civilization and the emergence of Laverna. In the early days of Roman civilization, where religion played a central role in everyday life and the pantheon of gods mirrored the complexities of human society, Laverna held a unique position. She was not a deity of heroic feats or grandiose power, but the patroness of the underbelly of society, the thieves, the tricksters, and the swindlers. Laverna, in essence, was a reflection of the Roman acknowledgement of the darker aspects of human nature. Her worshippers were not the esteemed senators or victorious generals, but the common folk often living at the fringes of society. They turned to Laverna for protection and guidance in their clandestine activities, seeking her blessing to succeed in their dubious endeavors. The realm of Laverna, shadows and deceit. As the goddess of thieves and con artists, Laverna was associated with the shadows and the night, realms where secrecy and deceit thrived. She was believed to provide her followers with the cunning and guile necessary to carry out their activities undetected. In a society where status and honor were of utmost importance, Laverna represented the antithesis of these values, yet she was an undeniable part of the Roman religious landscape. Laverna's temples and shrines were said to be hidden in obscure locations, away from the prying eyes of the law and the judgment of the moralistic. These sanctuaries were places where her followers could offer their illicit gains in exchange for her protection and favor. The very nature of her worship was a testament to the subversive undercurrents that ran beneath the veneer of Roman respectability. The symbolism of Laverna. Laverna was more than just a deity for criminals. She symbolized the gray areas of morality and ethics in Roman society. In a civilization that prided itself on law and order, Laverna was a reminder that not everything could be controlled or regulated. Her existence acknowledged that deception and trickery were as much a part of human nature as honesty and integrity. Moreover, Laverna's cult highlighted the dichotomy between public virtue and private vice. For the Romans, public reputation was everything, yet in the shadows, away from the public eye, Laverna reigned supreme. She represented the hidden desires, the unspoken temptations, and the veiled ambitions that lurked in every human heart. Laverna in Roman folklore and literature. While Laverna was not as prominent in Roman mythology as some of the major gods and goddesses, she featured in various folklore tales and literary works. These stories often portrayed her as a cunning and elusive figure, always one step ahead of her pursuers. In literature, she was sometimes used as a symbol of the moral ambiguities and contradictions inherent in Roman society. In these narratives, Laverna was often depicted engaging in a battle of wits with her opponents, using her mastery of deception and illusion to emerge victorious. These tales served both as entertainment and as cautionary stories, warning of the dangers of underestimating those who operate in the shadows. The legacy of Laverna in modern times. In contemporary times, as scholars and enthusiasts delve into the rich world of Roman mythology, Laverna's figure has gained new relevance. She is often viewed as a symbol of the complexities of human nature and the societal acknowledgement of the darker aspects of our psyche. The legacy of Laverna challenges us to reflect on the nature of morality and the often blurred line between right and wrong. In a world where deceit and cunning are not just traits of the underworld but can be seen in the corridors of power, Laverna's story resonates with a modern audience familiar with the complexities and contradictions of human behavior. A homage to Laverna. In the pantheon of Roman gods and goddesses, Laverna occupies a unique and intriguing place. As the patroness of thieves, con artists, and charlatans, she represents the shadowy aspects of human nature that most prefer to ignore or condemn. Her story, shrouded in secrecy and mystery, is a fascinating exploration of the dualities of the human condition: the light and the dark, the honorable and the deceitful. As we contemplate the legacy of Laverna, we are reminded of the timeless nature of these dualities, the eternal dance between virtue and vice that plays out in the human heart. In her, we find a reflection of our own complexities and contradictions, a reminder that within each of us lies the capacity for both honor and deception. Let us honor Laverna, not as a deity to be emulated, but as a symbol of the multifaceted nature of humanity. Her story, woven into the fabric of Roman mythology, challenges us to acknowledge and understand the darker aspects of our nature. In the tales of her cunning and guile, we find a mirror reflecting the eternal question of what it means to be human, a question as relevant today as it was in the days of ancient Rome. Laverna, the shadowy goddess of the Roman pantheon, remains a compelling figure, a reminder of the depth and complexity of human nature and the enduring power of myth to explore the unspoken and the unseen.
Did you know? The subscribe button is like the library's version of a chocolate chip cookie. Every time you hit it, a book on a library shelf gets an extra sprinkle of fairy dust. So, if you enjoyed this video and want to sprinkle some magic, don't forget to like and subscribe to our library channel.